The Mothman, a cryptid of American descent, seen in Pleasant Point, West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Though he has not been seen for a long time, could the Mothman be an alien?
Holy crap. I never thought of it like that. That's insane, dude.
I already have people in the chat. I'm not the only one who left stuff in the chat. Got all my friends here. Me, Master Sparky 88, Xanthat. Do something. I'm doing something right now.
Look, I'm sorry.
I don't want to peak my microphone quite as much as I did last time. Something cool. Let me think. Oh, no. I got it. This is pretty cool. This is, whoops. This is pretty cool. Is that cool? What about this? Is this cool? Is that cool? Alright, yeah. What's this one again? Okay. I added some things.
Look. Wow.
This is the This is the first. Now you guys can follow along. I added a little thingamajigger here. You guys more off to the side. There we go. Not everybody's showing up. What's wrong? I'm the only name that's showing up. I don't get it. Okay. I have this creepypasta pulled up right now.
Dead Bart.
I don't know if that's actually the one that I'm gonna read tonight. But that's the one that's up right now. Or should I put the same flicker effect? Nah, that's fine, it's fine. I have no idea what Dead Bart is. There's a few options tonight. There's Been Drowned. This one's a little bit longer to read. Been Drowned's actually, like, pretty good. So maybe that one. 1999. Which is, in my opinion, really good. Laughing Jack. Which is not good, but very funny. Laughing Jack. Which is not good, but very funny. My stream. Laughing Jack. Okay. Yes, my favorite Vtuber. Emo Sparky. Oh, I forgot. I already have my creepy music playing. I've been wondering if I should have my creepy music play like the whole time, or I made it a little too quiet. Like the whole time, or just when stuff starts getting spooky. I haven't decided yet. I'll figure it out in later episodes. Maybe I'll see how long it's a creepypasta reading stuff, but I figured we could start off with Dead Bart. Oh, hey, another Sparky. I am Primo. You guys, get a room. Get a room, guys.
I'm a Sparky too, actually.
I'm unfortunately an Apprenticesaurus. For those of you who don't know what that is, just taking a long time to finish my schooling. So I'm still an apprentice. I just got to take my tests. It would do me very well to just take my test. Take the test, bro. I will. But right now, I just dropped out of school too. It was like destroying my life. I don't know what the deal was. I was going through something. It was, yeah. I don't know. I want to fix that. Why is it going up like that? And go commercial. I was actually talking to my lead about that today. About that. Actually terrible. There. You guys look like that now. Okay. Got a little distracted. Yeah. But I was talking about going commercial, how much I really don't like doing commercial jobs. I will stay resi for as long as I freaking live. I really enjoy residential work. That's another thing that I thought of doing. I know I'm supposed to be reading creepypastas right now, but that was something I was thinking of doing. Your father's commercial. How did you know? How did you know? Yeah, actually, I brought that up that my dad keeps telling me to go commercial. Every time me and my brother talk about money or any kind of financial thing, my dad, I was like, yeah, you can go commercial. You know, good. Just saying. And me and my brother are always like, yeah, but like, yeah, it's tough. It's not super obvious. I want to make the chat look a little bit better. And then we'll get on. That's why he has a foxy wife. You're making yourself known. You gotta hide your identity a little better than that there, Primo Sparky. Where is mask? Ooh, that didn't work. There. Oh. Can't even see the chat anymore. There we go. Look at that. Who it is? Chat is behind trees. Yeah, I made it a little too in the background. All right, let's start off. Dead Bart. I've never read this story, so this is a first for me. After Dead Bart, I'm thinking doing, oh, too spooky. Yeah, even the chat. I'm thinking of either doing Ben Drowned or 1999. 1999 is really good. I really, really like 1999. I like Ben Drowned too. It's not as good as 1999. But I'm not gonna be comparing. I'm not gonna be comparing that much. Not gonna be comparing that much. Grab my soundboard.
Bruh.
So I can do that. Oh, let's start this off with a hilarious joke so I could show you guys this. Dad jokes on goodhousekeeping.com. Oh gosh. Why did the bicycle fall over?
Because it was too tired.
Nineteen. Oh. 1999. Or if you want to be a real gamer, you do the boxing song, Hell 99. It's 1999! I was thinking Sleepy Joe was on it. Was on Oh, the bike. Okay. I get it.
Dead Bart.
Tell the pirate one. Okay, that one involves chat to be involved, though, so you guys gotta respond quick, like, really quick. Okay, what is a pirate's favorite letter? Pirate's favorite letter. What is it?
See, you'd think it would be R, but it's actually the C.
Bruh.
Okay. Okay.
Dead Bart.
Oh, I like that emote. That's good. I haven't seen that. I'm fired up emote. Oh. Okay. That makes perfect sense. Oh, that didn't work.
On to the creepypastas. Dead Bart. Gather round, one and all, to a horrifying, story of epic proportion.
I don't know anything about. I'm guessing this is another, or this is a lost episode. I'm doing quotes in the air. Can you see? Lost episode kind of story. Apparently only takes 4 minutes. I know that's not going to be the case because it takes me forever to read these because I say silly things.
Gather round, one and all. I'm going to read something terrifying. Once upon a time.
Okay.
You know how Fox has a weird way of counting Simpsons episodes? They refuse to count a couple of them, making the amount of episodes inconsistent. The reason for this is a lost episode
From season 1. Okay, I was right. It's a lost episode. It's the same as Squidward's self-unaliving, which is a big classic one. Yeah, the reason for this is a lost episode from season 1.
Finding details about this missing episode is difficult. No one who was working on the show at the time likes to talk about it. From what has been pieced together, the lost episode was written entirely by Matt Groening. During production of the first season, Matt started to act strangely. He was very quiet, seemed nervous and morbid. Mentioning this to anyone who was present resulted in them getting very angry and forbidding you to ever mention it to Matt. The episode's production number was 7G44. The title was Dead Bart. In addition to getting angry, asking anyone who was on the show about this will cause them to do everything they can to stop you from directly communicating with Matt Groening. At a fan event, I managed to follow him after after you spoke to the crowd and eventually had a chance to talk to him alone as he was leaving the building. He didn't seem upset that I had followed him, probably expected a typical encounter with an obsessive fan. When I mentioned the lost episode though, all color drained from his face, and he started trembling.
It's a good trembling sound effect. That's pretty good.
When I asked him if he could tell me any details, he sounded like he was on the verge of tears. He grabbed a piece of paper.
Okay.
He grabbed a piece of paper, wrote something on it, and handed it to me. He begged me never to mention the episode again. The piece of paper had a website address on it. I would rather not say what it was, for reasons you'll see in a second. He wrote down www.creepypasta.com/dead/Bart. No, /dead-Bart/ where I read a creepypasta that you are reading now.
Turn this down a little bit. Let's see what it was for reasons you'll see.
I entered the address into my browser, and I came to a site that was completely black, except for a line of yellow text, a download link. I clicked on it, and a file started downloading.
Wait, that implies that Matt Groening all this time was paying for the domain of this website. I guess he just had it You can tell.
Trembles, busts, whines cutely.
Just don't think about it like the island on Free Guy. Only Jordan Sean, that is a can of worms you're opening up. Right in the middle of a creepypasta that's supposed to only take 4 minutes. I could talk about the island on Free Guy for a very long time. And I'm gonna restrain myself here. Just when that part came up on Free Guy, I immediately thought, like, so you can only see the island on, like, certain reflective surfaces. So when someone's playing that game, every now and then when they walk past certain reflective surfaces, does, like, their frame rate tank to, like, 3 FPS because it's rendering an entire other open world on that tiny little sliver? They're like, whoa, what's going on with my frame rate? Like, what the freak is going on? People are, like, running in place and stuff. Or, like, I don't know how an MMO or something, an MMORPG would render that. Also, people installing the game, they left the entire other game there. So if that game with the island was originally, like, that, like, it's the future, so it's probably like, I don't know, 200 gigabytes or something. People install that game, and the game is like 500 gigabytes because there's 2 games on top of each other, and everyone's like, holy moly, there must be a lot of content in this game. Half a terabyte. Everyone's all going through, deleting, like, there's like one guy out there that's like, I have to delete Halo 5. Ah, man. Anyway, Bart's sad, dead, whatever. Okay, so Matt Groening has been, for all these years, paying for a domain that has a link to another website. So that, I guess, just in case someone asks him about it, he can sit there trembling and go, just don't go to this website, okay? It's only $5. It's called hotdads.deadbart.itgo.com. So it's only like $5, you know. Hang on. Okay. Oh, a download link. Okay, so it's not another website. Okay, a download link. I clicked on it, and a file started downloading. Once the file was downloaded, my computer went crazy. It was the worst virus I had ever seen. Oh, that's too scary. Yeah. The worst virus he had ever seen. And trust me, this guy has seen a lot of viruses. How did he okay. It was the worst virus I had ever seen. System restore didn't work. The entire computer had to be rebooted. Before doing this, though, I copied the file onto a CD. So while this crazy, horrible virus is happening, that you can see happening right in front of you, you can still, like, open up your program files and put it the download. That's really cool. His computer's bricked. He should have used 2 floppy disks. Oh, hey, it's another reference to huge amounts of gigabytes. 700 gigabytes. The file is 700 gigabytes. But don't worry, he has 2 floppy disks. Okay. Before doing this, though, I copied the file onto a CD. I tried to open it on my now empty computer, and as I suspected, there was an episode of The Simpsons on it. And it's actually a pretty reasonable virus. I mean, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it can't be that bad. Plus, it's I guess it's a type of virus that only works once. Like, you install the file, and then it makes your computer go. What if he opened it up again, and it was just the virus again? Like, what? But how did he know that completely resetting his computer? Oh man, that brought back memories of... There used to be a thing that we did a lot as, like, when I was a kid growing up. Like, the computer would start going crazy and, like, just sucking in general. And then my dad would bring it to a friend who had a tech repair shop or something. I actually have no idea who this guy is. Maybe it was just like a hobby that he did of, like, resetting computers. Like, you would tell him, like, hey, you could keep Warcraft 3 and stuff. and World of Warcraft. Like, just keep Warcraft on there. And everything else, yeah, just delete everything else, clear everything out. And I actually saw it happening one time. I was like, whoa, that's so cool. Computer technology. But yeah, I guess this guy's pretty sure. Oh yeah, then the computer would run fine after that. It would run almost like new, but the wear and tear from all the viruses. Because I was, you know, as kids, you just see like some advertisement for like Smile Factory or something. Whoa, I want that! And you install it, and then your computer starts running weird. Like, there was all kinds of viruses and worms and malware and Trojans. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. But I had never seen a virus that was this bad, though, on Dead Bart. He didn't explain it at all, because he doesn't know what a virus on your computer looks like. Unless he does. I don't know. Maybe he does. Okay. I have no more giggles. The episode started off like any other episode, but had very poor quality animation. Okay? If you've seen the original animator for Some Enchanted Evening, it was similar, but less stable. The first act was fairly normal, but the way the characters acted was a little off. Homer seemed angrier. Instead of saying, "Why, you little," he would go, "Why, you little? Why, you little?" Like, so he's like twice as angry. Marge. Where's Marge? Marge seemed depressed. Lisa seemed anxious. Bart seems to have genuine anger and hatred for his parents. I thought it said pants down there at the very bottom. What's that emote? The hit pedal? That's... Wow, it's so cute. Okay. For his parents. Eat my shorts, because I have genuine anger for my shorts. Okay, seem to have genuine anger and hatred for his parents. What is the deal with this? That they don't go into a lot of detail of what's going on. It's just like, she likes it. I call her Karen. I'll play it again. She's not real. Continuing on. The episode was about the Simpsons going on a plane trip. Near the end of the first act, the plane was taking off. So what plane trip? Where are they going?
Alright, kids, get on the plane. We're going on a plane trip. Why, you little? Why, you little?
Come on, kids. I'm depressed. Get on the plane. Going on a plane trip.
Do they, when they get off, are they just back at home?
I'm depressed, what?
Link is with them.
I'm depressed. What?
I really don't want to overuse that one. That's one of my favorite sound bites, though. I wish you guys could see the picture that I have for this sound bite. I edited that picture of Josh Hutcherson, where he's like, it's like, you know that one? But I edited it so he's frowning and looks really sad. I'll take a picture of it sometime. Maybe I'll post it somewhere. Maybe I should just keep it a secret. Okay.
Near the end of the first act, the plane was taking off. Bart was fooling around. As you'd expect. However, as the plane was about 50 feet off the ground, Bart broke a window on the plane and was sucked out.
Okay, how did Bart do that? Yeah, I promise I'm not... Did he have one of those, like, little glass breaking? They have, like, a diamond at the tip. It's like a little hammer. Like something you keep in your glove compartment in case you get locked in your car or something. I guess he had one of those. So Bart had genuine hatred and anger towards his parents, but he was, but didn't stop him from fooling around, you know. I guess teasing the anxious Lisa, poking Marge's depressed face, running away from Homer, who's more angry than usual. He's like,
"Eat my shorts, I hate you, Dad."
Why, you little... Why, you little...
and then shatters a window and gets sucked out of the plane. Okay, and he broke he was sucked out.
At the beginning of the series, Matt had an idea that the animated style of The Simpsons world represented life, and that death turned things more realistic.
What? Oh. I just got an ad in the chat. I was like, oh, new chatter. Oh.
Okay. At the beginning of the series, Matt had an idea that the animated style of The Simpsons world represented life, and that death turned things more realistic. This was used in the episode.
What are you talking about? That it, like, reflected life? Like, what is he talking about? Because I seen, like, people talking about interviews, like what he was talking about. His idea of The Simpsons was to have a more realistic family that's not, like, super happy-go-lucky all the time, but reflected more, like, you know, with, like, some extremities, some extremes, like, obviously, like, the choking. Anyway, death was part of the series. Okay, made things more realistic, I guess.
This was used in this episode. The picture of...
Okay, there's a corpse now.
The picture of Bart's corpse was barely recognizable. They took full advantage of it not having to move and made an almost photorealistic drawing of his dead body. Act 1 ended with the shot of Bart's corpse. When Act 2 started, Homer, Marge, and Lisa were sitting at their table crying. The crying went on and on. It got more pained and sounded more realistic. Better acting than you would think possible.
It's acting. What do you mean? So they went from, like... Was Maggie there? Maybe Maggie wasn't born yet in season 1. Was she? Was Maggie born yet? Yeah, but Homer went from like to but more realistic than that, more realistic than you'd think is possible. Maybe as if they were real characters. Like real people and not just characters. What the heck? Who's there? That's really good. That's what the ooh, that tickled me. Who's there? That's a direct quote. I'm inserting that into the story. That's a direct quote. Oh gosh, that's so hard to not read. I try really hard to not swear on stream. I've done pretty dang good so far. Such light swear words that just like, yeah, this is PG-13. This ain't for kids. We say the lightest expletives possible. Okay.
The animation started to decay even more as they cried, and you could hear murmuring in the background. This crying went on for all of Act 2. It was really boring.
And just imagine that the person watching this is just like, as the family is all sitting there for like 5 straight minutes. For like, I guess like 3 minutes. How long would be Act 2 for an episode of The Simpsons? He's just sitting there watching. I really like that idea of them just sitting there, like the person writing this story just sitting there like, watching this family crying. Okay.
Act 3 opened with a title card saying 1 year had passed. Homer, Marge, and Lisa were skeletally thin and still sitting at the table. There was no sign of Maggie or the pets.
Okay, I guess Maggie hadn't been born yet.
They're hungry.
I mean, they haven't eaten anything in a whole year. Just sitting there crying. Like, ugh, gosh, okay. I don't want to make light of, like, direct family members passing away, but you don't sit there for a whole year not doing anything.
There's a possibility.
That was the soundtrack in the background. They don't say it, but if you're sitting there not doing anything for that long, that's the only song that can play. That's the only music that exists under that deep state of depression where you can't do anything.
There's a possibility.
But I'm sure they'll get over it. We'll see.
They decided to visit Bart's grave. Springfield was completely deserted.
Because Bart died, they all just... Springfield was just abandoned, I guess.
And as they walked to the cemetery, the houses became more and more decrepit. They all looked abandoned.
You said that.
When they got to the grave, Bart's body was just lying in front of his tombstone, looking just like it did at the end of Act 1.
There's a visual aid, I guess. Yeah, Bart is dead. That's the point. It's called Dead Bart. Except this is a picture of Homer. That must be from a real episode of The Simpsons. I should watch The Simpsons, like all the episodes. I've only heard good things about it, and the episodes I have seen are like so good. Anyway,
The family started crying again.
oh.
Eventually, they stopped and just stared at Bart's body. The camera zoomed in on Homer's face. According to summaries, Homer tells a joke at this part, but it isn't audible in the version I saw. You can't tell what Homer is saying.
So he had read summaries of this episode before? But, okay. What joke would he say?
Why you little dead body?
What joke? What? I'm not good at telling jokes, so I don't know. Matt Groening's, genius, so. You can't tell what Homer is saying. You're just like.
The view zoomed out as the episode came to a close. The tombstones in the background had the names of every Simpsons guest star on them. Some that no one had heard of in 1989, some that haven't been on the show yet. All of them had death dates on them, for guests who died since, like Michael Jackson and George Harrison. The dates were when they would die.
Wait.
Holy crap.
He's looking at all of them.
There's Elon Musk. There's Lady Gaga. There's
Oh, who's that one? The... Oh, what the freak is her name? Lisa met her. She... What's her name? Not Like Other Girls? Singer. She's Not Like Other Girls. I can't even remember what songs she sings. My joke is falling completely flat because I don't remember her name. What's her name? What's her name? What's her name? The only song I can think of is a Lorde song. It's not by this singer. Her and her brother write music. She wears a big green coat sometimes. She's all alternative and stuff and counterculture. What's her name? Never seen a diamond in the flesh. That's Lorde. That's the only song that's coming into my brain right now. AWOL Nation. It's not AWOL Nation. Dude. I feel like I can't move on until I remember this. What's her name? Can you repeat the question? I missed something. What's the name of that songwriter? She's like kind of new. She's like super famous. She's all alternative, and girls who there's like young girls like her. Like, she writes really good songs. I really like them. It's not Lord. 100% it is not Lord. That's the only name that's coming to my head, and it's only Lord songs that are coming to my head. It's not ULA. Her songs play on the radio all the time. I don't listen to the radio. She wears like a big green jacket. She writes songs with her brother. She's super famous. I just can't remember her name. I know her name. I know her music. I have her face. Billie Eilish! Yes! Oh! Thank you, Oni Jordan-chan. Holy crap. Billie Eilish. I remembered. I didn't even remember. Billie Eilish. Yes. I don't know how to spell her name. It doesn't matter. It went into my brain, and that's all that matters. I can move on with my life. I can be happy again. Okay, so he's looking at all these celebrities that have been like tombstones of guest stars who have died, except ones who hadn't died yet when the episode aired. So he's like, there's Elon Musk, there's Simon Cowell, there's Billie Eilish, there's Lady Gaga. There, I completed my joke. Holy frick. Gosh! Anyway. Advertisements. You can try to use the tombstones to predict the death of living Simpsons guest stars, but there's something odd about most of the ones who haven't died yet. All of their deaths are listed as the same date. What did Bart do to deserve this? What a great reaction, Bobo. This was one of the saddest moments in The Simpsons. It's the reality of the cartoon, and the reality is quite sad. Okay, well, that was super good. That was dead Bart. We're moving on. I'm thinking, let's read something good. Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish. Thank you. Sorry Maso. That sounds like sorry Masen. Oh, sorry Masen. Wakari understand. Ooh, Ben Drown's a pretty long one. Wow, I've been streaming for an hour. Holy cow. It took 4 minutes. It was supposed to take 4 minutes to read that one. This one's 47 minutes, but it's actually good. Yeah, let's read Ben Drowned. Why the heck not? Oh, this one has a whole introduction thing. And widely praised. Central tropes. Okay, no, let's read through the overview here. Overview and synopsis at a glance. This is all on creepypasta.com, so I don't know who wrote this stuff. It's yeah. Okay. As genuinely unnerving as it was groundbreaking, the creepypasta story of Ben Drowned has been widely praised for not only establishing some of the central tropes used by later creepypasta narratives, but also for its use of multi-modeled storytelling, employing various formats, episodic unfolding, and audience interaction with the central elements to construct its universe and mythos. That's cool. Though it employs a number of older and more well-established horror tropes, the way in which these threads were woven together has led to Ben Drowned and its creator Jadusable being credited with elevating the genre as a whole. Unlike some creepypastas that evolved from a single self-contained story posted on a message board, Ben Drowned grew out of several posts initially presented as cries for help and expressly identified as not creepypasta. With the poster insisting that they need your help with this, it was this initial presentation as truth, and the fact that the story eventually grew on to other modes of storytelling that made it so unique and so unsettling. Okay, so Ben Drowned, it utilized YouTube videos too. Like, it left links to YouTube videos in its own, within the within the story itself. When it was posted, it had links to YouTube videos where he describes what happens in the actual creepypasta, but you can actually see footage of what he was seeing. So he was able to hack the game, basically, like install mods, and through an emulator, I'm pretty sure, just like broke the game in really unique and creepy footage. Oh, footage? No, footage, like feet. Yeah. I saw that footage before, like, with no context of the story. I just heard, like, wait, Ben Drowned? What's Ben Drowned? And that this footage exists, and I saw, like, tiny little snippets. I thought it was real. I was like, that's terrifying. Because it didn't take much for me to just believe anything I read on the internet. I was extremely impressionable and footage. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. I remember, like, kids just telling me stuff when I was a kid. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I don't know why. But this one specific story that a kid told me of a time he was playing with his brother, and they were like fighting with sticks or something, and he was like, dude, and then wasn't his brother or his friend? It doesn't matter. He like threw a stick, like a spear, as his friend was like jumping in the air, and he said it stuck into his friend's shoulder, and he like flew back a little bit. And he was like, yeah, dude, it was crazy. I was in, like, 8th grade when this kid told me so. I don't remember how old that is. 14? 13? Anyway, I straight up believed him. I was like, how hard did he throw this stick? 15? Gosh. The older I sound, the more stupid it makes me look. I've been pretty stupid for a long time, though. I feel like I stopped being stupid when I was... I don't know if I want to give away how freaking decrepit I am. I think I was in my late 20s when when I stopped being stupid. When I reached a point where I was like, oh, I'm about average intelligence. And I feel like I've gotten a little stupider since then, so... hey, you live and learn. I'm not in my 20s anymore.
Which is the greatest. Which is the greatest horror of all.
$14 actually. Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. 13 for real. Yes, yeah, keep pushing it younger. Actually, someone's leaving a chat too. Oh, see, it's 11. You know, I was 11 when that happened. See, some random viewer just corrected. It's actually 11. Wait. See? Okay, yeah. Maybe 10. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. So I was 10 years old, so of course I believed this story. Let's just jump straight into it, guys, boys. But 7. Yeah! I like that. I was 7 years old when I believed. This also just popped into my head. I also told a kid what religion I was, and he was like, "Oh, well, my religion's right and yours is wrong." And I was like, nuh-uh. Like, yeah, that was, it was, he's an idiot. Yeah, idiot for believing, I don't know why, like, what, like, why, I guess that's a very kid thing, like, oh, you believe this? Well, you're wrong, and I'm right. Fair. Duh. Idiot. Stupid.
Okay, gather around, boys and girls, and everything in between. We're going to read Ben Drowned.
It says 45 minutes, so I'm gonna try to power through this. Okay, real quick, I am extremely thirsty. Not like that! I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a drink. Do I have a... Hey, there we go. Okay, I'll be right back. Oh, it'll take me like 3 seconds. 3 seconds, maybe 5. I won't even mute. I'll stay off mute. Birds are robots. What's... Oh, burb, like bird. Okay, I really needed that. My mouth was super dry after... Oh gosh, all that talking. Okay. Ben Drowned Creepypasta. Ben Drowned. Part 1. Day 1. Chapter 1. Nephi and his family. Okay.
Okay. /X. I need your help with this.
Maybe I shouldn't do the creepy voice, because this is written very much like me, like a guy just talking, and not like,
I found a video game. It was creepy and strange.
like,
Okay. Okay.
Iceland doesn't have mosquitoes. Huh? Raging Grape. You're... I don't know if your chat is showing up or not. Okay, it is. I don't know why you're being monitored right now, Raging Rainbow 888. It says possible ban evader. I know you're not evading a ban. Iceland doesn't have rainbows. Okay. Drink water. Okay. 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 That's also the first word.
Okay, X. I need your help with this. This is not Creepypasta. This is a long read, but I feel like my safety or well-being could very well depend on this. The hairy one is jealous.
Of being drunk? Play League of Legends or something. What are you doing here? I kind of wish I was playing League. Kinda. Except I've had a horrible losing streak lately, and I still feel a little wounded, especially when you look up your opponents and they're like Iron 3. You're like, oh. I'm terrible at this game. Feels really bad. Okay.
No League of Legends, we are reading creepypastas. This is video game related, specifically Majora's Mask. I love that game, I really do. And this is the creepiest crap that has ever happened to me in my entire life. Having said that, I recently moved into my dorm room. Starting as a sophomore in college, and a friend of mine gave his old Nintendo 64 to play.
Whoa! What a real one! His friend just gave him? Maybe it gave him to... Oh, okay.
I was stoked, to say the least. I could finally play all of those old games of my youth that I didn't have, or that I had... Wow. Maybe I'm drunk too. That I hadn't touched in at least a decade. That reminds me, I used to have, and I have an N64 again, but a long time ago, during high school, I had an N64 that had like Star Wars Racer and Super Smash Bros. I don't think it had anything else, but yeah, a friend of mine that I met in high school said he had a Sega, a Sega Saturn, and I was like, oh, Sega Saturn, that's pretty much a Dreamcast, and a Sega Dreamcast was my first ever video game console, so I was like, oh, okay, dude, do you want to switch? So we traded consoles, and he was like, an N64 for a Sega Saturn? I was like, yeah, you got a bunch of games on there, don't you? He was like, yeah, but it's an N64. So we traded, and I plugged it in. It actually had to screw into the back of the coax connection. That was my first, like, and you had to tune it to the right channel. Is lit. It's lit. It's awesome. N64 is fantastic. It's such a good console. Anyway, yeah, we traded, and I saw like the 2D graphics on screen, and I was like, oh,
had Mortal Kombat at least. That was cool. It was cool to play Mortal Kombat, but frick, man, that was such a mistake. That was such a mistake.
The worst trade deal possibly ever.
Okay. Continuing on with the story. Pay attention, everyone! Pay attention! I was stoked, to say the least. I could finally play all of those old games of my youth that I hadn't touched in at least a decade. Okay, jeez. His Nintendo 64 came with one yellow controller. Yellow, heck yeah. And a rather shoddy copy of Super Smash Brothers. It does not matter how bad that copy is. It is Super Smash Bros. You're gonna have a good time playing against level 9s, I guess. Oh, hey, look at that! And while beggars can't be choosers, needless to say, it didn't take long until I became bored of beating up level 9 CPUs. Wow, you better play Tsuruko. What's Tsuruko? I know what Tsuruko is. Or demon creature. Yes. Those are like deep inside jokes between me and you there, Hera Fury. People aren't gonna get that. That weekend I decided to drive around a few neighborhoods about 20 minutes or so off campus, heading up the local garage sales, hoping to score on some good deals from ignorant parents. Yeah, okay. Okay, okay. I ended up picking up a copy of Pokemon Stadium. Ugh! GoldenEye. Frick yeah. Frick no. GoldenEye's a terrible game. Sorry, GoldenEye fans, but I didn't grow up playing GoldenEye. I played it with a bunch of friends when I was already an adult, and they were like, dude, let's play some GoldenEye. I was like, I've never played it. That is one of the worst controlling games I've ever played in my life. It was miserable. I was like, let's play Halo or something. I turned into like a whole 2 generations younger playing. I was like, wow, this game sucks. Anyway, for kids not in the know, Tsuruko was the name I gave Fox when he's wearing a purple jacket. Yeah, it was really funny. And you can't play well. Tsuruko could never win a game. If someone playing Tsuruko won the game, it would be wrong. Like, Tsuruko can't win games. That's his thing. Okay, anyway. GoldenEye sucks. Sorry. Sorry, truth hurts. No. Okay. He fell off the edge all the time. Yeah. That's what he did. It wasn't like intentionally. Well, yeah, I remember he did win a few times, and it was even funnier than him losing was him winning. Yeah. GoldenEye, frick now. F-Zero, and 2 other controllers for $2. $2! Dang! Okay, satisfied, I began to drive out of the neighborhood when one last house caught my attention. I still have no idea why it did. There were no cars there, and only one table was set up with random junk on it. So something sort of drew me there. I usually trust my gut on these things, so I got out of the car and I was greeted by an old man. His outward appearance was, for lack of a better word, displeasing. It was odd. If you asked me to tell you why I thought he was displeasing, I couldn't really pinpoint anything. There was just something about him that put me on edge. I can't explain it. So his vibes were bad. Sorry, Bill Nye's truth hurt your feelings, buddy. Sorry, Bill Nye's truth hurt your feelings. Why did you copy paste Yukatwan's message? Why'd you do that? Sorry, Bill Nye's truth hurt your feelings, buddy. Sounds like a Redditor, like from back in the, like, I think it was like 2015. It was really like, yeah, you believe in a magic man up in the sky? Get real. Yeah, Bill Nye, he's my hero. Basically, when I was a kid. Now it's Neil deGrasse Tyson. He knows. Shows integrity of copy-pasting messages.
Way back in the dynasty.
Okay, we're moving on. So old man gave him bad vibes. All I can tell you is that if it wasn't in the middle of the afternoon and there were other people within shouting distance, I would not have even thought of approaching this man. Wow. Dynasty. Okay. Way back in the dynasty. It reminds me of Mulan. It's like, you'll never find a woman like this a woman like that in this dynasty. Like, as a kid, you're like, dynasty? I say your, but, you know. I don't want to make myself sound more stupid than I already have. He flashed a crooked smile at me and asked what I was looking for, and immediately I noticed that he must be blind in one of his eyes. His right eye had that glazed over look about it. I forced myself to look at his left eye instead, trying not to offend, and asked him if he had any old video games with a link. Why is there a... Oh. Okay. Well, it leaves a link to... Okay, well. You're not stupid. Yuki is. Hey, be nice! Okay. I was already wondering how I could potentially excuse myself from the situation when he would tell me he had no idea what a video game was. But to my surprise, he said he had a few ones in an old box. He assured me he'd be back in a jiffy. I'll be back in a jiffy, he said. And turned to head back into the garage. As I watched him hobble away, I couldn't help but notice what he was selling on his table. Littered across his table were rather peculiar paintings. Didn't notice paintings? Various artworks that looked like ink blots that a psychiatrist might show you. Okay. Curious. Rorschachs? Yeah, I know these things. Locate? Ugh. I looked through them. It was obvious why no one was visiting this guy's garage sale. These weren't exactly aesthetically pleasing. As I came to the last one, for some reason, it looked almost like Majora's Mask. The same heart-shaped body with little spikes protruding outward. Initially, I just... Whoa, my brain just... Cocaine? Cocaine? Where did cocaine come from? Okay. Initially, I just thought that since I was secretly hoping to find that game at these garage sales, some Freudian bullcrap was projecting itself into the ink blots. But given the events that happened afterwards, I'm not so sure now. I should have asked the man about it. I wish I would have asked the man about it. Oh, I should have asked. I wish. Okay. After staring at the Majora-shaped blot, I looked up, and the old man was suddenly there again. Arms length in front of me, smiling at me. Hey, Floyd. You seen is... Come on the table instead of... Oh, cocaine. Okay, sit. You were speaking literal gibberish to me, Fury. I really want to read and understand your messages, but I am very confused. And I'm already flubbing my words here. Okay, I'll admit I jumped out of reflex, and I laughed nervously as he handed me a Nintendo 64 cartridge. It was the standard gray color, except that someone had written Majora on it in black permanent marker. I got butterflies in my stomach as I realized what a coincidence this was, and asked him how much he wanted for it. The old man smiled at me and told me that I could have it for free. Take a moment, friend. Take your time. Look around. Have it for free. And that it used to belong to a kid who was about my age that didn't live here anymore. There was something weird about how the man phrased that, but I didn't really pay any attention to that. But I didn't really pay any attention to then. I was too then. Okay. $3, enough for a Mountain Dew. Yeah, buy some more Mountain Dew with that. Kid is dead. Yes. A kid my age that didn't live here anymore. Oh, you know. Who's a kid about your age? He doesn't live here anymore. He said. He made that noise too. Yeah, it was free. Okay, cool. I reminded myself to be a bit skeptical, since this looked like a pretty shady cartridge, and there's no guarantee it would work. But then the optimist inside me interjected that maybe it was some kind of beta version or pirated version of the game. And that was all I needed to be back on Cloud 9. I would be too. Oh my gosh, I love that game. I should play that on stream sometime. That'd be fun. Majora's Mask, yeah. Excuse me. Pirates! I thanked the man, and the man smiled at me and wished me well, saying, "Goodbye, then." At least, that's what it sounded like to me. All the way in the car ride home, I had this nagging doubt that the man had said something else. My fears were confirmed when I booted up the game. To my surprise, it worked just fine. And there was one save file named simply Ben. Goodbye, Ben. He was saying goodbye, Ben. I felt bad for the man. Obviously a grandparent and obviously going senile. And I, for some reason or another, reminded him of his grandson, Ben. Who, need I remind you, doesn't live here anymore. Goodbye then, Ben, then. Goodbye, Ben 10, he said. Out of curiosity, I looked at the save file, eyeballing it. I could tell that he was pretty far in the game. He had almost all of the masks, and 3/4 remaining of the bosses. I noticed that he had used an owl statue to save the game. save his game. When you use the owl statues to exit the game instead of playing the Song of Time, like really truly saves the game. Really saves the game. But the owl statues, it's like a temporary save thing where you can jump out of the game in the middle of a 3-day cycle. Anyway. He was on day 3 and by the Stone Tower Temple with hardly an hour left before the moon would crash. I remember thinking that it was a shame that he had come so close to beating the game, but he never finished it. I made a new file named Link out of tradition and started the game, ready to relive my childhood. That's every... He doesn't live? Then? Okay, yeah. For such a shady-looking game cartridge, I was impressed at how smoothly it ran. Literally just like a retail copy of the game, save for a few minor hiccups here and there. Like textures being where they shouldn't be, random flashes of cutscenes at odd intervals, but nothing too bad. I would not be impressed by how smoothly it ran if it was that bad, like textures being out of place and random flashes of cutscenes at odd intervals. That wouldn't surprise me. That would be like, oh, frick, it's all messed up. Oh well. However, the only thing that was a little unnerving, besides the textures and stuff, okay, was that at times the NPCs would call me Link, and at other times they would call me Man. I figured it was just a bug, a fluke in the programming causing our files to get mixed up or something. It did kind of creep me out, though, after a while. And it was around after I had beaten the Woodfall Temple that I regrettably went onto the save files and deleted Ben. I had intended... Wow. Okay. I figured it was just a bug, a fluke in the program. Okay. It did kind of creep me out, though, after a while. And it was around after I had beaten the Woodfall Temple that I regrettably went into the save files and deleted Ben. Okay, the Woodfall Temple, this is actually a good story that I wonder if some of you might know this one. A long time ago, when I was a child, I was playing on an emulator, and I was on my way to beat the Woodfall Temple, and I was, the Deku Scrub, I had the Deku Scrub mask on, and I was, like, hopping, like, whoop, 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 whoop. Like hopping around, and I was on the computer playing on my emulator doing that, and my older sister walks up to me and and was watching me like hop across the water on like from lily pad to lily pad, and she was like, "Don't gay guys play this game?" Because they're like, "Ha ha, look, he's hopping across the water, ha ha ha." And I was like, "What do you want?" And she was like, "Can I get on the computer?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." Yeah, so she made fun of me for playing a gay game. Probably, after high school, she came out of the closet. She was actually gay.
Yeah, who's the gay one now?
She just got married recently. It was a very sweet, very small, humble wedding. It was really cool. Anyway. Okay, so he deletes the Ben save file. I had intended to preserve the file just out of respect of the game's original owner. It's not like I needed 2 files anyway. Hoping that it would solve the problem, I did it. Or, it did and it didn't. Oh, hoping that it solved the problem. It did and it didn't. Now NPCs wouldn't call me anything. Where my name should be, in the dialogue there was just a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. My save file name was still called Link, though. Frustrated, and with homework to do, I put the game down for a day. I started playing the game again last night, getting the Lens of Truth and working my way towards completing Snowhead Temple, the second boss, temple. Now some of you more hardcore Majora's Mask players know about the 4th day glitch. For those who don't, you can Google it, but the gist of it is that right as the clock is about to hit 0 on the final day, you can talk to the astronomer and look through the telescope. If you time it right, the countdown disappears, and you essentially have another day to finish whatever you were doing. Deciding to do the glitch, deciding to do the glitch and try and finish the Snowhead Temple. I get it. That one's a huge pain. It's got this big pillar in the middle, and you punch it, and I'm not a big fan of that temple. I don't really like it. Actually, I do. Who am I kidding? I love all the temples in that game. I happened to get it right on the first try, and the counter at the bottom disappeared. Wow, good job. However, when I pressed B to exit the telescope, instead of being greeted by the astronomer, I found myself in the Majora's boss fight room. In the Majora boss fight room at the end of the game, the trippy boxed-in arena. I hope you guys know. Staring at Skull Kid hovering above me, there was no sound, just him floating in the air above me, and the battleground music, which was regular for the area. Okay, he's just floating there, and the battle music, it's still creepy. Immediately my palms began to sweat. This was definitely not normal. Skull Kid never appeared here. I tried moving around the area, and no matter where I went, Skull Kid would always be facing me, looking at me, not saying anything. Nothing would happen though, and this kept up for around 60 seconds. I thought the game had bugged or something, but I was beginning to doubt that very much. I mean, it's still bug. Anyway. I was about to reach for the reset button when text appeared on my screen. You're not sure why, but you apparently had a reservation. I instantly recognized that text. You get that message when you get the room key from Aunt Anju at the Stockpot Inn. But why was it playing here? I refused to entertain the notion that it was almost as if the game was trying to communicate with me. I started to navigate the room again, testing to see if that was some sort of trigger that enabled me to interact with something here. Then I realized how stupid I was. To even think that someone could reprogram the game like this was absurd. Sure enough, 15 seconds later, another message appeared on the screen. And again, like the first one, it was already pre-existing phrase. Go to the lair of the temple's boss? Yes or no? I paused for a second, contemplating what I should press and how the game would react. When I realized that I couldn't select no, oh, that sucks. Taking a deep breath, I pressed yes on the screen, I pressed yes and the screen faded to white, with the words Dawn of a New Day, with the subtext beneath it. Where I was ported to filled me with the most intense sense of dread and impending fear I had ever experienced. The only way I can describe the way I felt here is having this feeling of inexplicable depression on a profound scale. Real, man. I get it. I'm normally not a depressed person, Can't relate. Not a depressed person, but the way I felt here was a feeling that I didn't even know existed. It was such a twisted, powerful presence that seemed to wash over me. I appeared in some kind of weird Twilight Zone version of Clock Town. I walked out of the clock tower, as you normally do on the start of the first day, day one, only to find that all of the inhabitants were gone. Usually with the 4th day glitch, you can still find the guards and the dog that runs around. Runs around outside the tower. This time they were all gone. What replaced them was the ominous feeling that there was something out there in the same area as me, and that it was watching me. I had 4 hearts to my name and the hero's bow, but at this point I wasn't even considered for my avatar. Hang on, what? But at this point I wasn't even considered for my avatar. I felt that I personally was in some kind of danger. Okay. I wasn't even concerned about my avatar. I'm assuming that's what it meant to say. Perhaps the most chilling thing was the music. It was a song of healing, ripped straight from the game itself, but played in reverse. The music would get louder, building up, so as if you should expect something to pop out at you, but nothing ever did. And the constant loop began to wear on my mental state. Every now and then, I would hear the faint laugh of the happy mask salesman in the background, just quiet enough so that I wasn't sure if I was just hearing things, but just loud enough to keep me determined to find him. I looked in all 4 zones of Clocktown, only to find nothing. No one. Textures were missing. West Clocktown had me walking on air. The entire area felt broken. Hopelessly broken. And the reverse song of healing repeated for what must have been the 50th time. I just remember standing in the middle of South Clocktown, realizing that I had never felt so alone in a video game before. I like, man. Good for you. Good for you.
I like to touch them.
That sounds...
I like men. I like to touch them. The feeling of men on my salad fingers is almost orgasmic.
That's what that made me think of. Oh, you. As I walked through the ghost town, I don't know whether it was the combination of the out-of-place textures in the atmosphere and the haunting melody of the once peaceful and soothing song being butchered and distorted, but I was literally on the verge of tears, and I had no idea why. I hardly ever cry. Something had gripped me here, and this powerful sense of depression was both foreign and crippling. Okay. What was? Wow, Sati is so state. That was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Sorry. What was? I'm so confused. You guys! Speak English! No, sorry, I'm trying my best.
Focus, guys, focus! Come on!
I'm good enough. I tried leaving Clocktown, but every time I attempted to zone out, the screen would fade to black, and I would just zone in to another part of Clocktown. I tried playing my ocarina. I wanted to escape, and I did not want to be here. But every time I played the Song of Time or Song of Soaring, it would only say, "Your notes echo far, but nothing happens." By this point, that's the text that comes up when you like play a warp song or something like in an area that you're not allowed to warp out of. That was statistic. Ocarina. Yeah. I hope none of you guys are the type of people that says ocarina. Like, it's pronounced ocarina. It's middle school. Reminds me of middle school. Lots of memories. Lots of memories. Okay, your notes echo far, but nothing happens. By this point, it was obvious the game didn't want me to leave, but I had no idea why it was keeping me here. I didn't want to go inside the buildings. I felt that I would be too vulnerable there to whatever I was terrified of. I don't know why, but I came up with the idea that maybe if I drowned myself at the laundry pool, I could spawn somewhere else and leave this place. I am Ocarina. Ocarina. I guess there's nothing wrong with pronouncing. I'm gonna look it up. How to pronounce Ocarina.
Ocarina.
Oh!
Ocarina. Ocarina. Ocarina.
Hmm?
Ocarina.
Okay. Apparently it is pronounced ocarina. Those kids in middle school were wrong! Idiots! As I zoned in and ran towards the pool, that's when it happened. Link grabbed his head. The screen flashed for a brief moment of the happy mask salesman smiling at me. Not Link. Me with Skull Kid screaming, playing in the background. When the screen returned, I was staring at the Link statue from playing the song Elegy of Emptiness. I screamed as the thing just stared back at me with that haunting facial expression. Just imagine him sitting there playing the game. The thing shows up and he's like, "Ah!" That's all he said. Like, I screamed like the... Anyway. I turned around and ran out and back into the South Clock Town. And to my horror, the freaking statue followed me in the only way I can compare. This is like the Weeping Angels from Doctor Who. Hey! Doctor Who reference. Every so often, at random intervals, the animation would play of the statue appearing behind me. It was like the thing was chasing me, or... I don't even want to freaking say it. Haunting me. By this point, I was on the verge of hysterics, but not even once did the thought of turning off the console occur to me. I don't know why, I was so wrapped up in it. The terror felt all so real. I tried to shake the statue, but it would literally appear right behind me every single time. Link started to begin to make weird animations I had never even seen him do before. He would flail his arms around or spasm randomly, and the screen would cut to Happy Mask Salesman smiling again for a brief moment before I was face to face with that freaking statue again. I ended up running into the Swordmaster's dojo and ran to the back. I don't know why, but in my panic I just wanted some kind of assurance that I'm not alone here. To my dismay, I found no one. But as I turned to leave, the statue cornered me in the cubby in the back. I tried attacking the statue with my sword, but to no avail. Confused and backed into a corner, I just stared at the statue waiting for it to kill me. Suddenly, the screen flashed again to the happy mask salesman, and Link turned to face my screen, standing upright, mirroring the statue, looking at me along with his copy, literally staring at me. Whatever was left of the fourth wall was completely shattered, while I ran out of the dojo terrified. Suddenly, the game warped me to an underground tunnel, and the reverse song of healing queued up again, as I was given a brief moment of rest, before the statue started appearing behind me again, this time aggressively. I could only take a few steps before it would summon behind me again. I hurriedly made my way out of the tunnel and appeared in Southern Clocktown as I ran aimlessly, in a sheer panic. Suddenly, a re-dead screamed, and the screen faded to black as dawn of a new day, and appeared again. The screen faded in, and I was standing on top of Clock Tower with the Skull Kid hovering over me again, silent. I'm sure it was going like, he can't protect you. Swordmaster will bully you too. Well, he wasn't there, so he couldn't protect or hurt me, you know? I looked up and the moon was black, looming just meters above my head, but the Skull Kid just stared at me hauntingly with that freaking mask. A new song was playing. Stone Tower Temple theme played in reverse. In some sort of desperate attempt, I equipped my bow and fired off a shot at the Skull Kid, and it actually hit him, and he played an animation of him reeling back. Fired again, and on the third arrow, a text box appeared saying, "That won't do you any good. Hee hee." And I was picked up off the ground, levitating upwards on my back. And then Link screamed as he burst into flames, instantly killing him. I jumped when this happened. I had never seen this move used by anyone in the game, and Skull Kid himself didn't have any moves. As the death screen played, my lifeless body still burning, Skull Kid laughed and the screen faded to black, only to have me reappear in the same place. I decided to charge him, but the same thing happened. Link's body was lifted off the ground by some unknown force, and he immediately burst into flames again, killing him. This time during the death screen, the faint sounds of the reverse song of healing could be heard. On my third and final try, I noticed that there was no music playing this time. That all there was eerie silence. I remembered that in the original encounter with the Skull Kid, you were supposed to use the ocarina to either travel back in time or summon the giants. I attempted to play the Song of Time, but before I could hit the last note, Link's body once again horrifically exploded into flames and he died. Died again! As the death screen neared its end, it began to chug, as if the cartridge was trying to process a lot of something. When the screen came to, it was the same scene as the first 3 times, except this time, Link was lying on the ground dead, in a position I had never seen in the game before, his head tilted towards the camera, with the Skull Kid floating above him. I couldn't move. I couldn't press any buttons. All I could do was just stare at Link's dead body. After about 30 seconds of this, the game simply fades out with the message, You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? Before kicking you out of the title screen.
Link? Dead?
Upon getting back to the title screen and starting again, I noticed my save file was no longer there. Instead of Link, it was replaced with Your Turn. Your Turn had 3 hearts, 0 masks, and no items. I selected Your Turn, and immediately when I did, I was returned to the clock tower rooftop scene of my Link dead, with my Link dead and the Skull Kid hovering in the air, hovering over. With the Skull Kids laughing, looping again and again. I quickly hit the reset button, and when the game booted up again, there was one more save file added, below Your Turn, entitled Ben. Ben's saved file is right back where it was before I deleted it, in the Stone Tower Temple, at the Stone Tower Temple with the moon almost crashing. I turned the game off at that point. I'm not superstitious, but that is way too messed up, even for me. I haven't played it all today. Heck, I didn't even get any sleep last night. I kept hearing the reverse Song of Healing music in my head, and just remembering the sense of dread I felt exploring Clocktown. I drove back to the old man's house today to ask him some questions with a buddy of mine. No way was I going back there alone. Only to find that there's a for sale sign in the front yard. When I rang the door, no one was home. Skull Kid laughing like the boss in Ocarina of Time. Like, or like the way he laughs. Fun fact, Link is a princess. Link is a princess. His name is Princess Zelda. It's true. True. That's why it's called the boss guy. That guy? Really fun game called the Ocarina of Zelda that you can play. Rolling his head back on his neck. That's not laughing. Yeah. But he goes back to the place where he got the game from with the old guy who's like, "Hey, let me get something for you. I know what video games are. A little boy who is your age, probably, if he was still alive, no longer lives here, and this was his game. See you, Ben." Yeah, but no one's there. There's a for sale sign out front. Spooky!
Bruh.
Wait, no, So now I'm back here writing down the rest of my thoughts and recording what happened. Sorry if some of this has grammatical errors and whatnot. I'm running on no sleep here. I'm terrified of this game. Even more so now that I've relived it a second time, writing this all down. But I feel like there's still more to it than meets the eye. And if there's something calling me to investigate this further, I think Ben is something in this equation, but I don't know what. And if I could get a hold of the old man, then I would be able to find some answers. I need another day or so to recuperate before tackling this game again. It's already taken a toll on my sanity, I feel like. But next time I do this, I'm going to be recording footage all the way through. The idea to record only came to me towards the end, so you see the last few minutes of what I saw, including Skull Kid and the elegy statue, but it's on YouTube here. I'm going to... Oh, there's no link. I'm going to stay in this thread for a little while longer before I fall asleep to answer any questions you guys might have, or hopefully listen to your ideas or theories to help me shed some light into this. Or maybe things I should try to do. I think I'm going to play Ben's file tomorrow to see what happens. Maybe I was supposed to do that all along. I don't believe in paranormal stuff, but this is a little messed up. But maybe this Ben guy is just a really good hacker or programmer. I don't want to think about the alternative if he isn't. Haunted is a ghost. That's the end of the Creepypasta, or the copy paste. I'm hoping that maybe this will get some kind of running gag. The developers, or I'm hoping maybe this is some kind of running gag the developers had, that other people have gotten gag or hacked copies of the game like this. This really just scares me. Oh. There's stuff. There's the YouTube video. It's starting from when it says your turn. Let's you guys can actually see what he was talking about. Like, there's no floor and stuff. Whoops. He's inside the dojo. Runs to the back hoping to find the dude. There's the statue appearing behind him that he was talking about. I think he's looking for the sword master, but he's not back there. He's usually on the final day, he's like curled up in the corner, like shivering because he's scared of dying. Statue spawning again. Okay. You gonna do anything? Frick! Yeah, I'd probably be acting the same way. That's extremely unnerving. Whoa! Okay, that's the tunnel he was talking about. Oh, the statue's back. This is really good. This is creepy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like I said, yeah, he actually used like hacks and stuff to get this footage, and it's so well timed and so well done. Oh. Kind of a new day with the below that. Oh. Skull Kid just sitting there. Oh, he's not going. Thought he would be. There's the moon. Thought he said the moon was all black. Skull Kid, what are you doing? Oh. Recalling. That won't do you any good. Oh! That's the laugh. Maybe I should turn this off.
Get some mana. Yeah, you're gonna need that magic.
Oh! He's dying again. I think he's just gonna keep dying. Like you said. Oh, yeah. He dies 3 times before he resets the game, I think. Yeah. Music's gone. Huh? It's like I can't remember how to play the Song of Time, I guess. Well, the game's glitching. Okay. There's Link's dead body. Yeah. That is super unnerving. I think it means a lot more if you've actually played the game. That's not normal. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? There it is. Whew. Little laggy, too. It is your turn, it says. Game file. This game is definitely... Link's dead body again. Oof. Oh, thanks for breaking the immersion there. That was good. Well, my voice is shot. I guess I'll gauge the audience. I'll post this VOD onto YouTube. I'm not gonna keep reading this tonight. My throat is on fire. Oh. My throat is on fire, and I'm tired. It's late. That was fun though. I love doing this. I'm kind of wondering if it's even worth it to read like kind of more good stuff. I kind of want to read not good stuff. I think I had more fun reading Dead Bart and something that's like more well written. Plus, this is a lot creepier if you've actually played Majora's Mask, or you're a lot more familiar with the entire game. I didn't think about that. Yeah. I think in the future, reading stuff like Laughing Jack here. Laughing Jack, it's really dark, and Jack is a clown. What the heck? He almost looks like an e-boy clown. Look at that. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but he's got like the anime like Madara hair. He looks like Madara from Naruto. Yeah. Children and children. Deaths, murders, and disappearances. Deaths, murders, and some famous creepypastas. Okay. I think I'm gonna read this in the future some other time. Yeah, Ben Drowned. There's 3 more parts that I think they keep getting longer too. Oh my gosh! There's a Happy Mask salesman. Yeah. Part 5? Oh, part 5 is like... Oh, okay. From what I remember, part 5 kind of over-explains everything and makes it a lot less creepy. Yeah. I'll see how things go. Yeah, that was fine. I guess a lot more fun to listen to someone read it more seriously. I kind of want to just be funny, and it left a lot less room to be silly. I honestly can't hold back the silliness. If I don't let the silliness out, then I'll die. I'll die! Literally. I will. Ugh. Thank you guys for being here, though. It was still a fun stream. Oh, man.
The opacity on my chat is so bad.
Filters. There we go. Had fun. I'm glad you had fun. Hair one of one fury. I don't mean to make you feel bad. It's hard to not think about the Game Boy SP Blue Edition. I know, like here, there's a lot of stuff from, yeah, the Game Boy SP Blue Edition Oishi stream. Speaking of Oishi, I don't know what I'm gonna eat tonight. It's really late. I'm not in my 20s anymore. I can't be eating this late. I don't give a frick. I don't give a frick. Oh yeah. But yeah, that Oni plays. Old cereal never fails. Ah, true. Yeah, maybe some Cocoa Ruse will wet my whistle. Wet my gullet, keep my singing voice in check. Yeah. It's especially the bad creepypastas that really bring forward the Game Boy SP Blue Edition creepypasta, which is intentionally bad, but done in such a funny freaking way. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I kind of want to do research and find more bad stuff. There's one that I've been thinking about doing a lot. It's called The Thing in the Basement is Getting Better at Mimicking People. That's what it's called. It's full titled. The Thing in the Basement is Getting Better at Mimicking People. Yeah. And that one has some, like, genuinely good stuff and some other stuff that is, like, really, really good. Like, so scary you'll be shaking in your boots. Maybe raise an eyebrow. Maybe heh yourself. Oh, not heh yourself, but feel a sense of heh, not bad, you know? Yeah. Okay, thank you guys so much for being here. This was a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun just reading to people, surprisingly. Maybe not so much when I'm, like, this tired. I was gonna start the stream a lot sooner, but I was kind of just screwing around on my computer, like, not doing anything. Like, kind of, like, I was trying to figure out if there was, like, a filter I could use on my voice to make it echo, or, because that would be super useful for any number of reasons. Yeah, but I did some really cool things, like, the actual visual aid on screen. I'm really happy with how that turned out. There's like 2 or 3 filters on there to make it look like that. Looks really dang good. I'm really proud of that. Anyway. Thank you guys for being here. It's a lot more fun to be silly with people here. It's awesome. Haha. Anywho. Yeah. I'm gonna stream tomorrow. Maybe more Code Vein. I really like playing Code Vein. I'm gonna play it until I beat it, yeah. So, I work tomorrow. Ooh. When do you get off work? Because last time I did, I streamed for like 4 hours. No one asked you. I like seeing Luis. Yeah. Help me, Luis. Yeah, that game's a lot of fun to stream. It's just a fun game to play. And since I'm already familiar with it again, I don't have to relearn the game, and I won't be freaking lost for the first hour and a half of playing the game like last week. That was miserable. I kept running around like, because previously on Heroes, I think I was playing it last in, base your streams around my schedule. I will, just for you, Raging Rainbow 888. I'm running out of gas. I'm really hungry. Yeah, I'll, yeah. I'll stream tomorrow, so yeah. If you guys can make it, that would be awesome. If you can't make it, it's good. It's Gucci. It's Gucci. I don't mean that to guilt trip anyone, but I'm gonna be streaming one way or the other, whether you guys are here or not. But it's more fun when you're here. I shall try. Okay. I appreciate that, Raging Rainbow. Okay, see you guys. Goodbye. Goodbye. Stream's over. Go home. Go to bed. It's late. Go. Freak out of here. Bye. 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 Bye.
Oh.